Hey, good to be back. Olivia, I have to ask, did you practice your tongue twisters this morning?
Okay, you caught me. I did. I was in the kitchen saying she sells seashells to my coffee mug. My coffee did not respond.
That's dedication. That's what I call real English practice. And actually, that brings us perfectly into today's topic. Today, we're talking about how to train your tongue to speak English.
Yes, and this is such an important topic because a lot of learners, they understand English, they read English, they even write English. But when it's time to speak, something feels stuck. The words don't come out the way they should.
Exactly. And by the end of this episode, you're
Okay, so let's talk about the real reason speaking English feels difficult for so many learners. And it's not because you're not smart enough or not studying enough. The reason is actually physical. That's right. Your mouth, your tongue, your lips, your jaw, they've been trained since childhood to make the sounds of your first language. So when you try to make new English sounds, your mouth literally doesn't know how to move yet. Think about it like this. If you've never played the guitar before, your fingers don't know the chords. Even if you know the song in your head, your fingers haven't practiced the movements. Speaking English is the same. So let's look at the basic building blocks. In English, there are sounds that don't exist in many other languages. For example, the TH sound, like in the, this, that, think, three. Your tongue actually has to touch the back of your top teeth. Right, and for a lot of learners, that feels really strange at first. They might say day instead of the, or tree instead of three. That's not a mistake in their brain, it's a muscle habit that needs.
So now that we know why speaking is hard and what sounds to focus on, let's talk about how to actually train your mouth. Because there are real exercises you can do, and they work. And these aren't boring grammar drills. These are actually kind of fun, especially if you do them in front of a mirror. Okay, first exercise, slow motion speaking. Take any sentence and say it very slowly, like you're in a slow motion video. For example, I want to speak English clearly. Say it at half speed. This forces your mouth to actually complete each sound instead of rushing through.
This is so underrated. When we speak fast, we often skip or blend sounds. Slowing down helps you notice exactly where you're being sloppy. Try it with this sentence. She's thinking about the weather this Thursday. Second exercise, mirror practice. Stand in front of a mirror and watch your mouth as you speak. This sounds a little strange, I know, but it's incredibly useful because you can actually see whether your tongue is in the right place, whether your lips are moving correctly. News anchors and actors do this all the time. It's not weird, it's professional. And you start noticing things you never.
Okay, we're in section 3 now. And this is the one I'm most excited about because we're going to talk about how to build speaking practice into your everyday life without needing extra study time.
This is the secret that most English learners don't know. You don't always need to sit down and study. You can train your tongue while you cook, while you walk, while you shower.
First habit? Talk to yourself. I know that sounds funny, but narrate your day in English. When you wake up, say, I'm getting out of bed. I'm going to the kitchen. I'm making coffee. Out loud every day. Your tongue needs mileage, and this is the easiest way to get it.
Second habit, shadow speaking. This is one of the most powerful techniques for accent and fluency. Find a video or podcast in English. Play it and speak along with the speaker at the same time, matching their speed, their rhythm, their intonation. You're literally copying their mouth movements.
It feels really difficult at first. You won't keep up. That's fine. Even doing it for 5 minutes a day makes a huge difference over time. Your brain and your mouth start to sync together.
Third habit, record yourself. Oh, I know, people hate this. Nobody wants to hear their own voice.
Speaker 1. All right, mistake time. And I love this section because we can be honest. Henry, have you ever been embarrassed by a pronunciation mistake? Speaker 2. Oh, absolutely. When I first started speaking English more seriously, I used to say sheet instead of seat, which sounds very different, and I said it in a meeting. Moving on. Speaker 1. Okay, so let's look at 4 common mistakes learners make when training their tongue, and why these mistakes happen. Speaker 2. Mistake number 1. Practicing silently. A lot of learners read vocabulary lists. They review grammar, They watch videos, all silently. But your tongue was not involved in any of that. Speaking is a physical skill. You have to move your mouth. Practicing silently is like trying to learn swimming by reading a book about water. Speaker 1. The correct approach. Always say things out loud. Even when you're learning a new word, say it 3 times out loud immediately. That's how your mouth learns it. Speaker 2. Mistake number 2. Focusing only on one accent. Many learners pick either American English or British English and refuse to expose themselves to anything else. But in real life, you'll meet people with all kinds of accents. Indian English, Australian English, Nigerian English, Irish English. Speaker 1. The fix is to listen widely. Watch different speakers. Train your ear as much as your tongue. Understanding different accents makes you a stronger, more confident English user. Speaker 2. Mistake number 3. Giving up after one attempt. A learner tries to say rural, which is honestly one of the hardest English words. It doesn't come out right, and they decide the word is impossible and never try again. Speaker 1. Why this is wrong. A muscle doesn't give up after one attempt. Imagine if you went to the gym, tried to lift a weight once and said, "I can't do this," and walked out. Pronunciation is exercise. Every attempt trains your tongue a little more. Speaker 2. The correct approach. Try the difficult sound or word 10 times minimum in one session. Then come back to it the next day. Progress is slow, but it is always there. Speaker 1. Mistake number 4. Trying to sound perfect instead of trying to sound natural. So many learners get stuck trying to have a perfect American accent, and this actually makes them sound more robotic, more stressed, less fluent. Speaker 2. Here's the truth. A slight accent is completely fine. Almost everyone has one. What matters is clarity and confidence. Speak so people can understand you, and speak like you mean what you're saying. That's real fluency. Speaker 1. So the 4 mistakes. Practicing silently, focusing on only one accent, giving up too fast, and chasing perfection over naturalness. Avoid these, and your speaking will improve much faster. Speaker 2. Try this right now in the comments. Write the word rural and tell us how you say it. Let's see who finds it easiest and who finds it hardest.
All right, we are at the end of today's lesson, and I hope your tongue is feeling a little more ready for English. Let's do a quick recap. Your tongue is a muscle. It needs physical training, not just mental study. The key sounds to focus on are the ones that don't exist in your first language. Use exercises like slow motion speaking, mirror practice, and tongue twisters. Build daily